Seton Hall. He's done it again.
Syracuse, the last shot. Washington, 2 seconds. A foul ends it. At the buzzer from midcourt. Georgetown out of timeout.
Here comes it. Charles Smith will take it all the way.
Smith with a scoop. The buzzer. Georgetown at the buzzer on a scoop.
It's Big East basketball. Tonight's game features the Huskies of Connecticut visiting the Orange Men of Syracuse. Big East basketball is brought to you by US Air. US Air warms up your winter with flights to Florida, Arizona, and California. By your local Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge dealers. By AT&T, the right choice. And by the owners of Days Inn hotels and suites in the Big East Conference.
The UConn basketball game is brought to you in part by Miller Genuine Draft and Connecticut Bank and Trust.
The Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York, the site for tonight's Tuesday night Big East basketball game, and it should be a good one, a game that both teams need. The Connecticut Huskies set to go against the Syracuse Orange Men in a game that really both need. Syracuse needs it if they are going to indeed move up in the Big East standings, which you can see, and tie Seton Hall for second place. They've got to get Connecticut and Georgetown on Sunday. On the other side, the Connecticut Huskies still really believe they have a good shot to go to that NCAA tournament. Jim Calhoun thinks if he can get one of the two he has this week with Syracuse and Pitt, they are into the big dance. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Gorman, and welcome to a good night of Big East basketball. Syracuse and Connecticut. Connecticut won the opener at the Hartford Civic Center. It was a good one. And again tonight, the importance of this game for the Connecticut Huskies. Some may say it's huge. We'll talk about it more in a minute with Ron Perry back after these words. Tonight's scouting report is brought to you by the employee owners of Avis Incorporated. Avis, we're trying harder than ever. Welcome back once again, everyone, to the Carrier Dome here in Syracuse. Mike Gorman, joined now by Ron Perry. And Ron, when you come into a big game, which this is for Connecticut, you like to come in on an emotional high, and they got that last Saturday afternoon.
Oh, that's right. A big win by Connecticut against Pittsburgh at home, and Cliff Robinson was able to deliver the big shot late in the ball game. 0-0, 6'9" center, made the shot from the baseline. He's the team's leading scorer. He had a big game the first outing against Syracuse, better than 20 points. Robinson and Gamble have to come up big in this game. Connecticut shot 55% in the first game. They have to shoot it well, and they were off to a quick start in that first game, too. I think they need that here at the Dome.
That would help them indeed tonight. When you look at Syracuse, you hear the names of Coleman a lot, and you hear Sherman Douglas's name, but if you want a barometer, you just look to Steve Thompson.
That's right. Stevie Thompson, he really epitomizes the Syracuse game. He loves to get out and run. So tough in the transition game, and if it's an up-and-down game, Steve Thompson is at his best, loves to go inside with the big people. Normally it's Coleman scoring inside, but Thompson loves to jam it down inside. In the 23 Syracuse wins, you can see Thompson's numbers, and he's shooting 70% in those games. In the losses, more slowdown type games, just 10 a game. Connecticut clearly wants to control tempo in this one.
Indeed. If Syracuse scores more than 80 points, they have been invincible this year. Less than 80, they're quite, you can beat them. They're only 1-5. We'll see what happens here tonight. Connecticut and Syracuse are coming up from the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York, and we'll be back to meet the starting lineup right after this. And welcome back once again, everyone, to the Carrier Dome here, and we are just about set to go in this Big East battle that means a lot to both clubs. Let's go to Carl Eilenberg for the starting lineups.
For tonight's Big East battle between the Huskies of Connecticut and the Orange Men of Syracuse University. For the Huskies, a 6'5" junior out of Newark, New Jersey, number 32, Tate George. For the Orange, a 6'9" junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 44, Derek Coleman. For UConn, a 6'9" freshman from Florence, South Carolina, number 22, Rod Sellers. For the Orange, a 6'4" junior from Los Angeles, California, number 32, Stephen Thompson. For the Huskies, a 6'11" senior from Buffalo, double zip, Cliff Robinson. For the Orange from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, 6'9" freshman, number 30, Billy Owen. For the Huskies, a 6'2" freshman from Bridgeport, Connecticut, number 13, Chris Smith. For the Orange, a 6'5" junior from Manlius, New York, number 3, Matt Rowe. And the fifth starter for the Huskies tonight, 6'4" senior out of Washington, D.C., number 25, Phil Gamble. For the Orange, a 6' senior from Washington, D.C., number 20, Captain General Sherman Douglas. The coach at UConn, Jim Calhoun. Syracuse University varsity basketball coach, Jim Boeheim.
And we are just about set to go here in Syracuse, New York. Jim Boeheim, Jim Calhoun have their clubs ready. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this word from the local station. 42nd meeting between these two clubs. Syracuse with the overwhelming advantage. A little closer in Big East play, just 13-7 the advantage for Syracuse. And Connecticut just has a way, Ron, especially in the Dome here, of playing the Orange men tough.
No, they really have. They've won 3 times here. They've lost 5, but there have been a lot of close ones.
I think Sherman Douglas setting all sorts of marks up here, and he can break Andre Lafleur's mark. Andre from Northeastern University. And of course, Sherman about to set scoring records here at Syracuse. We'll keep track of that as the night goes on. We are underway, and Douglas has got the tap. And immediately he's looking for an alley-oop. You can see in his eyes. He's looking up towards the backboard. It goes into Coleman first trip. Derrick goes up, gets the bucket, and gets a foul from Sellers.
Well, Connecticut opened up in a man-to-man defensive set. Coleman able to get good position down low without the weak side help by Connecticut. Got a great angle in there. Sellers was trying to semi-front, unable to recover.
Derrick Coleman, the best free throw shooter on the Syracuse club, at least in the starting 5, and Syracuse opens up with the 3-point lead. Tate George will pretty much run the offense for the Connecticut Huskies. Number 32, Gamble comes out, and you would think they need a good game out of Gamble.
Yeah, he's got to shoot the ball well. He's struggling lately. He did shoot it well in the first contest, particularly from three-point land. The start important for the Huskies.
Robinson will try. Cliff an air ball along the baseline. Loose out of the pack. Thompson and Syracuse running. Stevie, a little spin move, finds Douglas. Rowe spots himself up. Nails a 3.
Now, not the kind of start, obviously, that the Huskies want. Syracuse out quickly, and they look...
6-0 lead, less than a minute into the game. Gamble down on the baseline.
Syracuse able to put those spurts together throughout a game. Important for Connecticut to keep their poise when that happens and not just come down and rush the basketball, run their offense.
Here's Robinson again, finding some room. Little finger roll, no. Gets his own rebound, back up for 2.
Now Robinson looks sharp early, picking up where he left off Saturday against the Pitt Panthers with the game winner.
Connecticut really will. Thompson looking for Coleman, and Gamble gets the turnover. Connecticut will up-tempo the game on the defensive end, not on the offensive.
Yeah, that's right. They'll go after some pressure. They'll try to get Douglas to give the ball up with some traps as they did there, and then try to deny the ball back to number 20.
Now on this end here, Ron, they really want to make Syracuse play 20, 25 seconds of defense.
That's right. That's why we've been saying the quick lead. Then Connecticut can really work the ball.
Gamble misses outside, loose underneath. Good rebound down there by Sherman Douglas, and he gets it free to roll.
Pretty nice save.
Billy Owens touching the ball first time, finds Thompson shut off. Coleman will try. Volleyball rebound picked off the floor by Coleman, looks underneath. Owens, no, it's partially blocked. Pulled down though by Thompson, and he got 2.
Now that's where Stevie Thompson is so tough to stop on the offensive boards. Good interior recovery by UConn, not good boxing out. But Syracuse is really coming out firing early in this one.
Jim Calhoun seeing something he doesn't like as Willie McLeod is up at the scorer's table. Chris Smith has his pass picked off. Here comes Rowe. And that's a travel. That went up in the air, the old-fashioned up and down is
That's
more
right.
what it's like.
The old schoolyard play, up and down. Syracuse has won 9 of their last 10. The last time the Huskies played them, they were in the midst of losing 4 out of 5. So this is the Syracuse team that's on a pretty good roll right now.
Sellers sitting down and into the lineup. Willie McLeod, who had some back problems yesterday, but according to Connecticut, people kind of ran him off during the shoot-around today, so he's in the game early, number 33. George takes it quickly and hits it.
Now the thing about Tate George, he's been around, he's got good size, keeps his poise, he's got the ability to shoot over people from his guard position. Connecticut showing a 2-3 zone now. This is the 3rd different defense early in this game.
That's the same way they started off back in Hartford. Short the shot and picked off the floor finally by Smith.
I think what they want to do there is just force Syracuse to try to recognize the defense, just to slow them down for the seconds that takes.
Robinson, the screen outside for George. Now it's McLeod looking and finding Smith. Robinson wants it. Tough shot. Goes down. On the break, though, Thompson comes up with 2. 10-6, Syracuse by 4. 16 minutes to go here first half. Roll out on George. Smith tries and knocks it down. They give him 2. It was close. And they get the turnover the other way. Steve Thompson with the travel. So the quick start by Syracuse has been negated by Jim Calhoun's club. We've got a timeout. It's 10-8, Syracuse by 2. Welcome back. The Connecticut Huskies making a little run here and not letting Syracuse run away as we look at the first meeting between the two. And that was pretty much dominated, at least in the point column, by Cliff Robinson. And Cliff off to a fairly quick start here, Rocky.
Yeah, I thought he played so aggressively in that first meeting between the two teams. Came out, looked for his shot, and he's doing the same thing here tonight at the Dome.
All right, Connecticut the ball now and a chance to tie after the Orangemen came out flying. Thompson out on Gamble. Coleman will chase Robinson. And now Tate George will pull it way out and reset. Again, the Connecticut Huskies would like to make Syracuse play 25 to 30 seconds of defense each trip.
We looked at a lot of stats before the game, but when Syracuse has scored under 80 points this year, they're 1-5. So clearly Connecticut wants to keep this thing into a slow-down tempo game.
George, good ball fake, drives, trying to find Robinson. Down to 9 on the shot clock. A cut by McLeod. He knocks down 2.
That's pretty good patience by the Huskies. They got what they wanted. McLeod has provided a spark this year off the bench.
First alley-oop doesn't go down, and Robinson takes away the miss. Thompson never able to really get the handle on that pass. And Connecticut, just under 15 minutes to go in the half, a chance for their first lead. Gamble the drive, good up fake, won't go for him. Matt Rowe out of the pack, and here comes Coleman.
It's a good move by Gamble, too, to get into the scoring column. He struggled a little lately with his shooting. It's good to get a layup, just couldn't get it to go.
Douglas now calls a play outside. Robinson, the good hands as Coleman tried to feed inside. Connecticut not really with the numbers here, and Tate George will back it off. Now Smith will take it in. Little runner goes.
Really under control move by the freshman. High percentage shot. Got to give a lot of credit to Connecticut early in this one.
That wakes up the 28,000 here at the Carrier Dome as Connecticut takes their first lead. Rowe trying to get it in. Knocked out of bounds by Robinson. He's doing a nice job so far defensively on Derek Coleman.
Yeah, he really is. I think when Cliff can get his offense going early, he really gets into the game, and he's really denying down low.
Alley-oop off the inbounds and tapped away by Gamble. Connecticut was ready for that one.
Yeah, that wasn't there that time. Forced a little bit by Sherman.
George, good look. Gamble gets the layup this time, and it's a 4-point Husky lead.
Connecticut very much executing their game plan, dropping back into that 2-3 zone. They've got to be mindful to keep pressure on Sherman Douglas, so he can't throw the easy one.
Again, Smith the quick hands this time. And, you know, you don't like to be critical, but Syracuse
not crisp with their passing.
Those are casual. Those are casual lob-type passes, and those are the easiest ones for quick athletes. You just get a hand on your arms are right there.
Thompson couldn't penetrate. Finds Rowe, who spots up for 3. Great job by Connecticut boxing out. It was all blue shirts on the board.
Those are the kind of shots that Connecticut is going to try to make Syracuse win with, the long-range jumper. Rowe can get hot from out there, but good rebounding position.
Smith spots up outside with Douglas, and now again Connecticut pulls it out. Still plenty of time, 25 seconds on the shot clock.
Syracuse in straight man, and that lends itself to Connecticut spreading the floor against them.
Robinson with 10 on the shot clock. Stripped by Billy Owens. On the break, here's Douglas. Got some folks with him. Finds Rowe. Back to Sherman for 2 and a foul.
Oh, what a pass by Douglas to Rowe. Back to Douglas. He knows how to finish.
Excellent ball movement on the break by Syracuse from the strip. Here we go.
Wow, this is just quick hands, and we see this so often. When you bring it down a lot of times, you never get the shot off. Owens starts it off. Syracuse so tough in the open floor. Nice touch pass here by Rowe. Back to Douglas. Knows how to finish.
Sherman able to knock down the free throw. David Johnson's going to check into the ball game. Connecticut still holds on to the 1-point lead. Matt Rowe and Jim Boeheim talk it over.
Now the freshman David Johnson been seeing more minutes lately, extremely quick.
Near steal by Thompson on the sidelines. Tries to point the other way, but John Clougherty says no.
Jim Boeheim's got a very quick lineup on the floor right now, anchored by Coleman down low. He's going to look to trap here wherever he can. Then try to anticipate for the steal.
Murray Williams slashes on the baseline.
Oh my!
Ullman sends it back into the Syracuse bench.
With a message. Can't start the fast break with that one, but certainly try to get the Huskies to think about going into the paint area. Got it.
He got all of it.
Sure did.
Robinson outside, and the foul is going to be on Derek Coleman, who says no, but it looked like he got Robinson on the arm after the shot.
That's what can happen when you block a couple down low to now block Robinson on the 17-foot jumper. Good hustle by Coleman, probably not a good decision though.
Only 3 fouls called in nearly 8 minutes of action here at the Carrier Dome, and Thompson sits down, Rowe comes back in, and Cliff Robinson will step to the free throw line. Nearly a 70% free throw shooter. Well short on that one. Connecticut by 1.
So it makes Robinson so tough to cover though, the way he can step outside on the other team's center and drill the jumper.
Back rims it. Syracuse a chance to grab the lead back at the 12-minute mark.
Good matchup with Chris Smith whenever he's against Douglas. A lot of quickness there.
Matt Rowe swallowed up on the baseline. Douglas comes to relieve the pressure, then throws it away, but it comes right back to Rowe. Oh, good hands over there by Connecticut. Murray Williams. Connecticut definitely the quicker of the 2 teams, at least in terms of hands here early.
Yeah, they're getting their hands on a lot of basketballs. The key thing for them is if they can convert after they get the turnover.
Tate George, number 32, bottom of the screen, call the play for Chris Smith. Let's see what develops.
Chris Smith was just recovering from the ankle injury the first time these 2 teams met, and he matches up well with the quickness on the floor.
Robinson finds McLeod open. He hit his first shot, misses that one. Coleman takes it down. Behind the back move by Derek on the dribble.
Handle it, Derek.
Again, Syracuse a chance to grab the lead back. And you know, you hear coaches always say that like good defense leads to good offense. It's almost the opposite with this club. They get a basket and they get really pumped up defensively.
Yeah, and the whole crowd gets into it and it just gets their whole game going. Next thing you know, they're out running and they put the spurt together.
The Orange men by 1, 10:50 to go first half.
Whereas I think for Connecticut in this game, they've got to shut down Syracuse as they did the first time, holding the Orange to just 40% shooting, and they've got to shoot the ball well on the offensive end.
Smith looks to create, doesn't get the roll, tip won't go down. Again, Coleman, a giant on the boards, outlet to Douglas. Sherman will go, and he draws a foul from Chris Smith.
How about Derek Coleman with the outlet with his right hand out near midcourt? Pretty good athlete with both hands.
Smith trying to argue there was nothing he could really do. Let's see.
Now there's a lot of movement, and there's the body contact, so clearly picks up the foul.
Sherman with 2 points tonight. On the season, just a 57% free throw shooter, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say 28 games into the season that's an aberration, but you have to believe that's kind of an aberration. Just a better shooter.
He really is. I think he got off to such a slow start. He was never able to really pick those numbers up. Needs 17 in this game, and he'll be #1 all time, passing Dave Bing.
Might get him if he makes his free throws. We've got 10:30 to go here first half. 16-14 Syracuse. Back after these words from your local station. 10:30 to go here first half. 17-14 Syracuse by 3. And a quick reminder, this copyrighted telecast is produced by authority of the Big East Conference and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Big East Conference is prohibited. Robinson, George, McLeod, Gamble, and Murray Williams out there for Connecticut. Douglas, Coleman, Johnson, Herman Hareed for the first time, and Steve Thompson.
Syracuse out trapping out of the timeout.
Williams short with that one. Tracked down, though, in the corner by George.
Connecticut's got to hit those perimeter shots in this game.
Robinson way short. Talk about Derek Coleman intimidating a shot. Sherman the pull-up, and he knocks it down for 2.
Well, with the records on the line in this one, looks like he's concentrating on his points a little bit early, but the assist will come for Sherman Douglas.
Syracuse, a team of runs. Very rarely do you see Syracuse involved in a game where they just kind of go back and forth with a 2-point spread for 5 or 6 minutes. It's either a run of 8 in a row, or then they get outscored 6-2, and then they hit you with like 7 or 8 more in a row.
They're so explosive. They love to get out and run. They'll give some up, but they can really put them together.
Robinson catches a break off that pass. Williams won't go down. McLeod tries to, does keep it alive, but then it bounces out of bounds.
Connecticut's getting the opportunities. I think they're passing a little too much inside right now.
Stuck on 14 for a while there. Jim Calhoun calls out the defense.
Huskies back into the man-to-man. They've mixed some 1-3-1 and 2-3 zone.
Coleman got free for 2.
Well, if you're going to front and make the commitment to do that down low, you've got to have better weak side help than that. Coleman wide open once he got it.
Syracuse getting the points from Douglas and Coleman tonight. They've combined for 13 of the 21.
Well, they've been the 2 key guys all year long. Thompson can really put them together too, though, if the game gets out and open.
McLeod looping it. Robinson got bumped and couldn't get it down, but he'll go to the line for 2 more. Missed his first 2. David Johnson picks up his second foul.
Now this was a good look from the foul line area by McLeod. And Johnson, unable to get good position, paid the price, though, for the body foul. Got whacked on that.
He did.
Down there.
Here comes Billy Owens back in the game, and David Johnson limps to the sideline.
Owens has really been quiet early. I don't think we've really said his name offensively. He flicked the ball away defensively one time, but not been in the flow so far.
Robinson now 1 of 3 at the stripe. He's got 5 points.
Cliff has to stay out of foul trouble in this game for Jim Calhoun, and he's got to continue to go to his offense.
Just 1 of 4, almost got the rebound back, but instead got himself a foul out of it. First on Robinson.
It's not the kind of reach foul that Cliff Robinson needs to make. He flicked away, but caught the body.
A few times that Syracuse has been in a half-court set here tonight.
Coleman spots up. Too hard. Rebound pulled down by Chris Smith.
Nice play by McLeod. Couldn't get both hands on it, but tapped it over to Chris Smith.
Connecticut badly in need of an outside shot or two here, Ron.
Yeah, they're not drilling it from the outside. They're getting some decent penetration. They've just got to convert to extend this defense.
Gamble swallowed up, finds George. Tate will try. Robinson couldn't keep it alive. Hareed down with it. Douglas on the break. He's got Owens and Thompson with him.
Huskies did a great job, though, to get back that time, and Smith really finding Douglas in the open floor.
Billy Owens hits a three. Just a 19% three-point shooter on the year, but he drilled that one, and suddenly it's a 9-point Syracuse lead as, again, the points come in bunches.
Connecticut really running into the drought offensively. They need a basket badly here to get some momentum going on the offensive end.
Calhoun's going to go to John Gwynn. Robinson gets a little closer, gets it down, count the bucket. It was going to be a goaltend charge, but the bucket goes anyway for Robinson, his 7th point.
Pretty slick move by Cliff that time with the left.
We've got a timeout. 7:32 to go first half. Syracuse by 7. Back after these words from your local station. 7:32 to go first half. Mike Gorman, Ron Perry at the Carrier Dome. Syracuse by 7. The officials right on top of this run.
Really is. Great move by Robinson with the left. The whistle was blown, though. Had that not gone, it would have been goaltending. There was a hand on it while the ball was on its downward play.
Cliff Robinson with 7 points here. 7 of Connecticut's 17. The Huskies coming back from a big hole as David Johnson now has some ice on that left knee.
Took some punishment banging into Robinson, and the rebounding advantage big time for Syracuse. And Syracuse, hot shooting early in this one. They're up around 80%.
And Sherman Douglas halfway there. He's got 9.
Really shooting it as well as I've seen him in this game from the outside.
10-point Syracuse lead, the first double-digit lead of the night. John Gwynn off the bench trying to give Connecticut a little offensive punch here.
That's right. He's a good outside shooter. Thompson very quick against him.
Hey, George takes a runner. In and out. Oh, excellent tap by McLeod.
Just got a hand on it, trying to keep it alive, and kind of brought that one from behind him.
4 points off the bench for Willie McLeod.
Connecticut's getting their hands on a lot of offensive rebounds. They just haven't been able to convert in there.
Some of these Syracuse passes in the forecourt are just floating across the floor.
They really are, and Connecticut's got to be a little bit more lively out of that zone with the hands up to take a couple of those.
Douglas directs the traffic. Thompson comes out. Owens in the corner. Robinson fronting Coleman right now. Owens will try again. Robinson there, a good example of what you were just talking about, though, almost lost that rebound.
That's right, he had it and didn't really grab it. Cliff usually pretty good once he gets a hold of it. And Connecticut, to their credit, is really sticking with this patience on the offensive end.
Robinson comes out high.
Sometimes you can get tempted to say, gee, we're struggling a little offensively, come down and try to rush, and that's exactly what Syracuse would want. They'd be off to the races in this one.
15 seconds now on the shot clock. George finds Gwynn, little pull-up, short with it. Rebound Owens, outlet Douglas. He's got Thompson with him, finds him.
You can see the alley-oop developing on that one. The backcourt people for Connecticut penetrated. Only one semi-back was Chris Smith.
6 for Thompson, 9 for Douglas, 7 for Coleman, and a 10-point Syracuse lead. Murray Williams at the scorer's table looking to get back in for the Huskies.
Why we talked about Stevie Thompson in the open floor. Does he get up?
Nowhere for Robinson to go, so he kicks it back out. Again, Connecticut now down to 15 in the shot clock. Robinson in traffic gets 2.
Tough shot by Robinson, off balance. He still gets it to go.
9 for Cliff.
Well, he's getting his job done inside, but Connecticut's got to complement that with some outside shooting. We're in the 1-3-1 zone now. Just hear someone from Syracuse yell out zone, trying to recognize what the Huskies are in.
McLeod, another good rebound. Boy, Willie McLeod's giving Connecticut about 10 good minutes off the bench here.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, so strong. Plays a lot bigger than his 6'5" height down low.
A fast-moving first half because of the way Connecticut's taking the shot clock down. Coleman got a piece of Robinson's shot. Douglas with the head up, finds Rowe, spots, misses the three. Thompson keeps it alive, back up and in.
Stevie Thompson. He plays like he's about 6'9" in there.
The big three for Syracuse are on the money so far tonight. They lead by 10. George, a runner off the glass, count it. And an offensive foul is going to go on Tate George. So the basket is good, but George picks up his first foul, the fourth on the team.
You don't see that call nearly as much as you used to see it, where George gets the basket, and the ruling was he then collided after he released the ball.
We've got a break, 31-23, Syracuse by 8. Three minutes, 47 seconds left to go here first half, and Steve Thompson listed at 6'4", truly about 6'1", but can do things like this.
Yeah, I mean, he goes in this time with the over-the-head shot. He knows how to move in there and find the openings. No one even around him by the time he finishes off this time. Syracuse with the good athletes, though, they find a way in there to get the second and third efforts. Coleman kind of clears out a little bit for him there.
Stevie took that rebound over Tate George, who's a 6'5" guard. Really can't get up there. Syracuse continues to shoot the ball very well. Connecticut a 44% shooting team on the year, but Jim Calhoun said they're going to have to shoot better tonight. Rowe the miss, Robinson the rebound, and Owens the foul.
Well, that was so important. The one thing Jim Calhoun said made the difference the first time. He says, hey, we shot 55% in the ball game, able to control the tempo, did a job on the board, so we won it.
Willie McLeod will sit down, and he really played well. Dan Cerulik will come in along with Richard Manning in for Syracuse first time tonight.
Jim Boeheim in his 13th season amassed a lot of wins.
Will Smith hit a shot early and has been pretty quiet offensively since then.
Really hasn't even looked for his offense. He's penetrated a couple of times. Got to do more of that to set the table for others if his own shot's not there.
And no one got a hand on that. The pass too hard and far for Robinson to handle.
Still got to go after that, though. You can't rely on the fact that the defensive player is going to deflect it. You've got to go hard after it.
3 minutes straight up now to play here first half. 8-point lead. Syracuse has got it in the ball. They find Coleman down low. Good fake, and he draws a foul.
1-3-1 by Connecticut, and they don't do a good job of recognizing Coleman behind the front line defense.
And a quick reminder, the Plymouth Player of the Game to be selected at the conclusion of this game and during every game televised by the Big East Conference Television Network is all part of the Chrysler Corporation sponsorship of Big East basketball. Murray Williams picking up that foul, his second. He's the first Connecticut player with 2 fouls. Coleman at the line again and hits again. He's got 8 on the night.
Coleman right around the 70% mark shooting the free throws this year. Syracuse is a team just 60%, so he's been much better than average.
Ian Douglas now with 9 apiece.
Well, Chris Smith has got to look more for his offense, and Phil Gamble's got to knock a couple of the outside shots down.
Gamble looks to penetrate, little pump fake. Defense got to him, second man back, and Coleman the rebound.
I think Phil wanted that one so badly, forced it a little, not a high percentage shot for him.
Coleman, that's travel. Pump step he made trying to get around Robinson. Syracuse affording Connecticut a few opportunities to get this lead down by halftime. Again, is Syracuse's way. They score them in bunches and then hit these little droughts for a while.
And right now they're opening the door up a little bit, but Connecticut has not been taking advantage. I think they're working hard to be patient here, but they're not being as aggressive as they should be offensively.
Smith in and out with the 3, and it's really one and you're done as Coleman's done a great job on the boards. Up ahead, Thompson, and they're going to give Gamble a foul. Looked like they were both on the ball, but a foul is called.
Nice hustle play by Gamble. Looked like it was going to be an easy one for Steve Thompson. Guess he caught a little bit of the arm. Did have a lot of ball, though.
And as great a year as it has been for Stevie Thompson, he would tell you with a smile on his face that the free throw line is still kind of an adventure for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there and he's flicking the ball. When you see a guy that's flicking it like he is, you know he's just kind of hoping that it's going to go in rather than really having a good feeling that it will drop down.
Let's see how he can do on these two. 2:08 to go in the half.
It's like a jab, and you know when you just don't have the confidence together when you see that.
It's the 4th consecutive trip that Connecticut has come up with the lead at 10, and they have been unable to put a dent in it. George penetrates, and it's picked off by Douglas as he tries to lay it off in the lane. Sherman on the break around George at half court. Finds Owens, little leaner, goes down, count it, and a foul.
Syracuse can hurt a team in so many ways, pushing the ball up floor that time, and Connecticut has just run stone cold on the offensive end. Sherman Douglas, as always, running that fast break. Picks up another assist on that one, on his way to the record.
Chris Smith picked up that foul, trying to reach in, his second. It'll put Owens on the line, lead up to 12 now with 1:42 to go in the first half. The freshman from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, knocks it home. He's got 6.
Yeah, quietly getting it done here as the half wears on, and playing some solid D as well.
Gamble, little up fake, gets closer. Still won't go down for him. Cerulik, the tap won't go, and Manning looking long outlet pass. Coleman, and Gamble just picked up a foul.
That was the old baseball pass by Richard Manning. Jimmy Boeheim up giving him the fist. Nice job. He really threw the post pattern on that one.
Well, you get that rebound, you got to pick your head up right away, and Richard Manning did.
Also got to give Syracuse some credit in this first half. They haven't given UConn a lot of easy shots. UConn's gotten their hand on a lot of offensive rebounds, but hasn't been able to grab them.
Gamble will sit back down, and Willie McLeod comes in. Cerulik also goes to the bench. John Gwynn back in. Jim Calhoun continues to search for someone with a hot hand. Even a warm hand to take right now.
Yeah, even lukewarm. I mean, it's been a struggle for UConn, and they got 1:24 to go. They'd like to get this thing, if they could, around 10. They've had their opportunities.
And Coleman continues perfect at the free throw line. He's got 11 to lead all scorers. Smith trying to answer the runner, no, but the foul will put Chris Smith at the line.
Jim Calhoun wants a goaltend there, but I think by the time that shot went up, I don't think it was high enough to even have a chance to go.
Not a strong argument out of Jim.
We've seen that a lot this year, though, where there's been a whistle, a foul, and a continuation of the shot, and a goaltending call, but that one looked like it was maybe not even as high as the rim after the body contact.
First foul on Steve Thompson, 5th on the team, but in the act of shooting, and the fine freshman out of Bridgeport hits the first. 5 for Smith here in the first half.
He's really played well in the last 8 or 9 games for UConn, averaging in double figures. I think once he got that ankle feeling good, he's been a big impact player.
He's got 6. Robinson's got 9. Lyman DePriest will make his first appearance of the night, and Smith will sit down. Syracuse by 13, and they may take their time this trip. Let's see. Nope. Sherman fires away, and it's picked off by McLeod.
That was kind of a quick one by Sherman.
And Sherman will not look at Jim Boeheim, who was up trying to get his attention.
That's experience for you.
George Coleman picks the pass off and doesn't quite save it.
He's really working on Robinson in this game. Cliff had a big one the first time the two players met, and we saw that graphic earlier. Robinson at 24. Coleman doing a great job of a side front there, deflects it. Great effort to try to save it. Hop, skip, and a jump.
Right. I was up to talk to the 30,000 or so that are here tonight.
They enjoyed it. The first time we've seen a zone by Syracuse, and John Gwynn probably the biggest threat from the perimeter right now for the Huskies.
Syracuse will see the ball one more time. 10 on the shot clock. George took a quick glance up. It's down to 5. They find Robinson. Fall away over Manning for 2.
Tough shot by Cliff, but again, he's getting the job done away from the basket.
Right, big defensive trip here by Connecticut. A stop, and they can go into the locker room down just 11.
he'll get a 5-second call here if he doesn't penetrate.
And a bump is called on John Gwynn with 5 seconds on the clock. First foul on Gwynn, but Connecticut over the limit. Thompson will come back in for the final 5 seconds. And Sherman Douglas well on his way to setting that scoring record tonight, and they will stop the game, and this place will erupt when it happens. He's better than halfway there. He's got 9 with 2 more coming. 38-27. Syracuse by 11. Sherman perfect at the stripe tonight.
You get the feeling in this game, too, that he's got it done kind of effortlessly. He's looked for the jumper. It's gone down. He's really running the floor well, finding the open man. I don't think the records are bothering him at all.
Double figures with 10. Second all-time leading scorer now for Syracuse.
This one by Raphael Addison. Another fine one here for Syracuse. Got his eyes on Dave Bing now.
He's got Dave in his sights, is what he's got. 11 for Douglas to lead back to 13, and Sherman Douglas commits a foul in the backcourt. Now,
that's not a good one, to say the least.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad one either, though. They had one to give. First foul on Douglas.
Looking at his reaction after he did it, though, I'm not sure he even knew that.
Smith, did he get it off? Yes, the official says, but it doesn't go down, and the lead will be 13 at the half. So Syracuse out of the blocks quickly in this one, caught by Connecticut with a fine comeback in the first couple of minutes, and then Syracuse putting that bunch together and pulling away 40-27, the score of the half. Syracuse by 13. We'll be back after these words from your local station. Once again to the Carrier Dome, everyone, and it's 40-27 at halftime. Let's take a look at some highlights from that first half, and the field goal percentages, as you can see, really in Syracuse's favor. 56% shooting. How about those free throws? They're on 11 and 12.
I mean, that's just not supposed to happen against Syracuse. They're coming in shooting 60%, doing a great job. The field goal numbers are reversed from the first time these two teams play, and Syracuse has dominated the boards and hasn't allowed UConn many easy shots, and none from three-point land have dropped.
Now you look at those numbers, and it could be more than a 13-point lead. Here comes Syracuse's favorite play.
Well, that's another assist for Sherman Douglas over to Stevie Thompson. So many times they've converted this year.
And Stephen Thompson, we talked about at the beginning of the game, the Thompson factor. He is playing well tonight. And again, at 6'1", sorry, Stevie, but you're only about 6'1" or 2.
That's right.
That you can do this is amazing.
I mean, he goes up inside, no hesitation. He's up at rim level as he drops that one down.
And Connecticut can thank their big man, Cliff Robinson. He's kept him in the game with 11 points.
Yeah, and he's gone at it. Connecticut really has had to go to him, and those are the kind of shots that UConn's turned up, a lot of tough ones in traffic.
Cliff Robinson really dominated Derek Coleman the first time these two clubs played, and Coleman has come out playing hard tonight. 11 points, 5 rebounds, and a couple of blocks, and as well as Cliff has played, Derek the more active of the two tonight.
Yeah, I think he has been. He's really been working to try to front Robinson, and he's had good weak side help.
You have to understand, and looking at that graphic too, that a lot of Connecticut's offense goes right to Robinson, whereas on the other side, Sherman Douglas really spreads it around, having some more answers than perhaps Jim Calhoun has.
That's right, and Douglas needing 17 points and 9 assists to break the records in both categories. All-time leading scorer at Syracuse record, very close now. The all-time assist record, that's some number of assists to compile throughout a career, the high 800s.
Robinson and Douglas leading the way for their respective clubs when we're underway second half. And let's see what Connecticut can do in these opening 5 minutes. They played well the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game, and then Syracuse got it going.
We'll see if Syracuse can maintain the intensity all over that half-court set with the man-to-man. They really didn't allow Connecticut a lot of easy ones. Connecticut has got to shoot it well here in the second half.
Lyman Dupree starting the second half in a surprise move by Jim Calhoun, along with Willie McLeod.
Well, they're good athletes. They'll get out and they'll bang and run.
And Willie can't get it to go down. Dupree couldn't keep it alive. That's a bad break. They run that to perfection, and Jim Calhoun buries his head in his hands.
Oh, Douglas nearly threw that alley-oop in. Almost went down.
The traditional clapping of hands until the first basket comes, and it's going to be a while. They got a foul. I think they do on Robinson.
That was either going to be a foul or a walk. Based on Cliff's shake of the head, he thought it was the latter.
Second foul on Robinson, first on Connecticut here, second half.
Huskies in the 2-3 set. They'll try to force the jumper, but they've got to shade towards Matt Rowe. He's on Chris Smith's side.
Down low, Thompson. Robinson got a piece of the ball and got himself the rebound. And Boeheim up at the official on that one. Tate George. McLeod on a wing and really will not look to shoot it. He looks more to go get it off the glass. George, the pull-up, hits it.
Tate George was fired up to start the second half, and that's what UConn needs, a couple of outside jumpers to go down.
Tate, the only one who's been able to find his shot. Robinson, the good play, and Smith. Robinson was up the floor quickly. Smith couldn't find him, though. George now shut off by Coleman and throws it away. And that's going to be a foul on Lyman DePriest trying to get back in the play and take it away from Matt Rowe.
See, that's where you come in and say, you know, UConn's strategy is to try to work the ball. I thought that time they had an excellent opportunity to run, and they really weren't thinking about it at all.
11-point Syracuse lead. The Orange yet to score here in the second half. A minute and a half gone. Owens posted up nicely. The freshman now with 8.
And that gets the fans here to sit down. First basket for Syracuse here in the second half. And Jimmy Calhoun wants to talk it over. I think he's upset that Owens was so wide open on the cut.
He sure was. 13-point Syracuse lead. Two minutes gone here, second half. The lead 13. This is what Jim Calhoun was not happy about.
Now, that looked like Connecticut was in a zone, shifted to a man, and just no one picks Owens up. He's wide open going down the lane. And that was what you call a timeout. Talk about some intensity here in the second half for the Huskies.
DePriest looking inside. Good look for Smith to try to get it back to Robinson, and it's out of bounds.
That was Coleman. Intimidation down low.
Take those up into them every once in a while, though, right?
That's right. Got to go up there, and even if you get it blocked.
Here's the alley-oop. Coleman kind of took it short and handed it off to Rowe. Sherman looking for two. It's blocked by Smith, but a foul is called. Chris thought he had ball from behind. Jim Calhoun not at all happy with that one. Third foul on Smith. Jim Calhoun is really proud of what a defensive player he feels Smith is, and I think he feels a little bit that the freshman's not getting the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. I think he's there, but he's just getting called for the foul, maybe because, you know, he's not a senior yet.
13 now for Sherman Douglas as he closes in on Dave Bing's all-time record. 15-point Syracuse lead.
UConn having to work so hard for all their points on the offensive end.
Priest leaves it for George.
A couple of times again where DePriest gets it, he's got to go up strong with that one.
And it'll be Steve Thompson getting the foul as Tate George looked to penetrate.
Got to give credit here, though, to the Syracuse defense. They've really swarmed on UConn in this game. Can't remember a lot of wide open, easy ones for the Huskies.
First foul of the second half on Syracuse. Second foul of the game on Steve Thompson. Tate George, 76% free throw shooter on the year, who is a much better free throw shooter than that down the stretch.
I mean, the two guys that have got to score for Jim Calhoun are really Cliff Robinson and Phil Gamble. And Phil Gamble had a very tough two-point first half and finds himself not even out there. He's really struggling from the field.
DePriest and McLeod really add a lot of hustle to your club when they're on the floor, but on the offensive end, then you have a tendency for neither one of them really to look for their shot.
That's right. McLeod, a little bit better shooter inside. DePriest, mainly a defensive specialist.
Thompson kicks it out. Douglas. Sherman's going to penetrate with a finger roll. Robinson got a piece of. Loose underneath. Coleman too hard off the glass. Coleman goes after it, gets it. Bounced away. Owens comes down with it. Now Gwen steals it with DePriest, and John Gwen will go in for two.
That's just good, relentless defense by the Huskies that time. Wouldn't say no to that one.
44-33, Connecticut within 11. Still a ton of time to go, 16-15.
That's right. As much as UConn has struggled shooting the ball, they're hovering around in this game. If they can put a mini run together.
Douglas takes it inside, lost it on the way up, but a foul is called, and Sherman will get a chance to get a couple more at the line. The Priest, I believe, picked up the foul.
UConn is switching down there, man zone and back to man, and they're not picking up as quickly as they have to.
Second on Priest, fourth on Connecticut here in less than 4 minutes of play. Syracuse known all year long for their horrendous foul shooting, 11 of 12 from the line tonight. Now for Sherman. Robinson coming to the ball. Nice shot on the run.
He is so tough going to his right, and he loves to use the glass from that angle. Robinson's just going to have to look more and more for his shot, and they're going to have to try to screen down for him.
Owens inside, Coleman gets the roll. Nice move by Coleman to get it around Robinson's hand, which was right in his face.
That was some sweet move. He really adjusted in midair. Great athletic ability.
Picked off the floor by McLeod, who has been the opportunistic player for Connecticut so far tonight. George, good little move on Rowe. Runner baseline much too long, and Willie McLeod got caught pushing Sherman Douglas off.
Be a little acting by Sherman, but clearly a push-off that was pretty obvious. Weak side by Willie.
The magic number for Sherman Douglas tonight. He's got 15. And I'm sure they are all aware of it. Sherman is. He's calling for the ball down the corner.
Wants to get it out of the way.
Foul called on Cliff Robinson off the ball, and now he has 3. He and Derek Coleman were fighting for position.
Despite the fact that UConn is not shooting it well, the tempo of this game is still playing kind of slow, much slower than I think Syracuse would like to play it.
Coleman, a little leaner in the lane for 2. 13 for Derek tonight, and they push the lead back to 14. Inside John Gwynn.
Nice
ball fake to find Robinson, and he draws the foul as he was looking for the dunk.
That time at least Gwynn got it. Didn't just dump it back out, went aggressively at it, drew 2 people to him with a great pump fake. Gets Owens and Coleman over there, and Coleman makes sure it's not an easy one for Robinson.
Second foul on Derek Coleman, second on the team. Connecticut already at 6, so Syracuse may be looking for a lot of free throws down the stretch here. Murray Williams back in the game. He's out there with Gwen, DePriest, Robinson, and George. DePriest the save, and a good one, but it's picked off the floor by Thompson. 49-36, 13-point lead. Derek, the point guard. Whoa, Derek, who was that for, buddy?
Thought he was going to pick up a charge around the foul line area. Jim Boeheim clearly not happy with that open court move by his center.
Quick timeout, 14-14 left to go here in the game. 49-36, Syracuse by 13. Back after a word from your local station. 14-14 left to go here in the game. Mike Gorman along with Ron Perry, and the Plymouth player of the game to be selected at the conclusion of this game and during every game. Televised by the Big East Conference Television Network. Will all be part of the Chrysler Corporation sponsorship of Big East basketball. Sherman Douglas gets himself another bucket, and you can drag that Plymouth player of the game plaque out, because he's gonna get that tonight as he becomes the all-time leading scorer in Syracuse basketball history.
See how many tries it takes him to get that next one to go down. It could happen on the first shot, or sometimes it can take a little while.
The Connecticut Huskies, meanwhile, would like to see Sherman break the record and also like to see everybody else go scoreless the rest of the way. Get back in this. George gets it to Robinson. A little quick turnaround, and he got a foul off Billy Owens. Second foul on Billy, third on Syracuse here in the second half.
UConn is really going to Cliff Robinson here in this second half. John Gwynn out there for some outside shooting. Tate George has looked for some penetrating moves, but it's been mostly Cliff in this game. The number 6 all-time leading scorer at Connecticut.
Jim Calhoun may be sending a message or two to some people too, and that you mentioned Phil Gamble has spent most of the second half on the bench. Maury Williams has spent a good part of the second half on the bench.
Just couldn't get any offense going, and he's trying different combinations to see who can get it done.
And the crowd aware of what Sherman Douglas needs here. That roll will tie a 3. Well, that's shooter's touch. Won't go down, though. When outlet to George.
That one would have dropped if he was in front, but from the side, he didn't get it.
Double dribble call by John Clockerty.
You can dribble the ball and fumble it and then pick it up, but he tried to dribble it again.
Thompson, 2 and a foul. And Sherman Douglas with the bullet assist from half court.
And that's where Syracuse is so tough. That's not even a fast break setup. That's an inbound play at midcourt. That's the kind of timeout that Jim Calhoun had called earlier in the half for no one picking up defensively.
13-point game. Thompson, a chance to stretch it out even further.
Got it.
11 for Stephen Thompson.
Syracuse showing some 2-3 zone right now. Going to force Connecticut to shoot a couple of jump shots.
Tate George directs the traffic outside. Looking inside Robinson, that's where they've been going. Blocked by Coleman out of bounds.
That's where you see a lot of block shots, when there's one guy bodying up against the man who takes it, and a guy like Coleman just roaming inside. That's right, some SWAT action. Coleman slows him down, or I should say Thompson does, and then Coleman over with the big rejection.
Chris Smith and Tate George now back in the game for the Connecticut Huskies as they look to put a little offensive firepower back in. Sellers also back in.
Oh, there's no one
This
there.
could be it. Douglas, the pickoff behind the back. Thompson.
Oh, Sherman Douglas, little showtime.
Sherman attacking both the records. And we have got a timeout. 12:49 left to go in the game. Suddenly it's a 16-point lead back after these words from the local station. When Syracuse lead with just under 13 to go, and the Orange getting it cranked up a bit here on.
Oh, they really are. The defense spurring on the good offense, and Sherman Douglas putting on a show right now with some of these passes. That was assist number 6 in the ball game.
It's interesting, Sherman is 2 points and 2 assists away now from the 2 records he is looking to pick up tonight. If he could just get one more assist and then maybe somehow assist himself on a basket, that would be good.
Then he could get it all done right away.
Smith a little leaner, won't go. Sellers, good job on the offensive board. Too hard, and a tap by Robinson goes down.
I was just about to say it's been that kind of evening for UConn until Robinson dropped that one in.
Coleman missed the dunk down low, but Robinson the foul. And that is number 4, I believe, on Cliff. And that puts Jim Calhoun's club in an even deeper hole than they're in right now.
He has picked up 3 quick fouls here in the second half to complement the one he had in the first half. You just got to stay out there for Jim Calhoun.
Willie McLeod comes off the bench, and Jim's going to sit Robinson down a bit, at least for a couple minutes here.
UConn's going to have to really help out down low, because that really takes some significant size away.
Derek Coleman's eyes just got bigger when he saw Robinson walk off the floor.
That's for sure, and he's been playing well against Robinson, so he'll continue to try to get it going inside.
15 now for Coleman, 18 for Robinson on the Connecticut bench. 56-40, a 16-point Syracuse lead with 12:15 to go. And a quick double team on Murray Williams, able to get free to George. Smith left open on the perimeter. Chris can't hit the three. Rebound comes right back to him. Throws up a two. No. Rebound Owens. Outlet Sherman. Here it comes, folks. Yeah!
There it is. With the slam.
And they start to rise at the Carrier Dome in upstate New York as they realize now what Sherman Douglas has accomplished. Douglas with the rebound. They want him to get another. An alley-oop attempt won't go down. It's picked off by Tate George. Next stoppage of play, they will give the ball to Sherman Douglas, I'm sure.
Got it done with style.
Smith the drive. Nice feed off to Sellers for two.
Nice penetration by the freshman on that one, but it's the Sherman Douglas show right now for Syracuse.
Matt Rowe leans in too hard. And we got a foul on Derek Coleman over the back, but there is the all-time leading scorer. In Syracuse basketball history, he goes by Raphael Addison and Dave Bing tonight. Here's the basket.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Sherman Douglas, and he breaks the record with a jam. And that gives him 1,884 points now for his career. Quite a feat. That's nice. Teammates shaking hands.
Well, we may do this again in another minute or two if he gets a couple more assists. They're all here tonight.
He needs 13 steals, too, to break into the record books there, so Sherman really put in all the numbers together late in his career.
Douglas got one of the steals right there as he flicked it from behind. 58-42, 16-point Syracuse lead, and they've got the ball with 10.5 to play. Owens, little turnaround. And Douglas now 1 assist away.
Owens is really, as this game has worn on, let the offense come to him.
Smith launches one outside. Here comes Sherman on the break. He's got Thompson and a couple of other people. Takes it himself. Rebounds Sellers. Connecticut now with some numbers. The only one back is Coleman. Smith gets two.
Now Chris Smith showing his ability in the open floor where he's got that quick first step.
Gamble, Robinson, and Gwen all up at the scorer's table. They've been there for a while trying to get back in this one. Sherman lost the dribble. Thompson down low, powers it up. Rowe, good rebound. And the foul's going to go against Connecticut. Nice job by Matt Rowe there on the boards.
Keeping it alive. Syracuse really started their offense deep that time, but they were able to spread out the Husky defense, which tends to open up the backdoor cuts.
Murray Williams picking up his 3rd foul of the night, and Connecticut long since over the limit. It'll put Matt Rowe at the line.
Matt Rowe has been the main three-point threat this year for Syracuse, so he's the outside, designated outside jump shooter. He's really improved his overall game, though, especially, I think, on defense as the years went on.
Rowe, of course, will be back next year. Douglas, the only senior in the starting lineup.
A lot of people didn't think Rowe would be much of a factor. Jim Boeheim says he's worked harder probably than any kid he's had offseason to get himself into this starting lineup.
Connecticut lining up some people who can shoot threes outside. Gwen lets one go, no. Kept alive, but picked off the floor by Owens. Over to Douglas, back to Billy. Whoa! And there's another record.
Did he wind up on that one? I mean, he started that one down around his ankle.
Smith, the leaner, goes down.
Nice answer back by Chris Smith. He's putting some good minutes together here in the second half.
I believe they're going to stop the game again here now, as Sherman Douglas has now set the all-time NCAA career assist record.
And that was number 895 on the assist ledger. Billy Owens finishing off. Kind of a nice evening for Sherman.
And they are throwing records out onto the floor. A couple of 45s and 133 just flew by me here. What a night, though, for Sherman Douglas. Becomes the all-time leading Syracuse scorer and the all-time leading NCAA assist leader.
I mean, they both really had an exclamation point to them. His record-breaking basket at Jam, and then Owens coming back with. Had to give him a 9.5 on the Jam scale on that one.
Sherman Douglas and Derek Coleman in half court giving each other a hug. And quite a night for the young man out of Washington, D.C. Very difficult for Connecticut to pull off any miracles in this atmosphere here right now.
This crowd is really alive now.
David Johnson back in the game with that left leg taped up, and he's called for travel first time he touched it.
Jim Calhoun just hasn't been able to find those offensive answers tonight. Everything erupting now here in this record-breaking performance by Douglas. Remember a few years ago when people were concerned when the Pearl was going to the NBA, how Douglas would fit in. Guess he's done pretty well.
Cliff Robinson knocks down a three outside. Robinson, the high scorer in the game with 21.
Well, he's been really the whole offensive show for UConn with just under half their points in this one.
Syracuse, however, still up by 15. Thompson inside, bumped by Gamble, and that's the foul call. Number 3 on Phil Gamble. Gamble needed 8 points tonight to get himself 11th on the all-time Connecticut scoring list, and he really has been unable to get off the mark. Just one basket.
It's been a tough night for Phil, and he's been sitting much of the second half. Just 2 points and now 3 fouls. He needs a little room to get that jumper off. It just hasn't been there.
Stevie Thompson having one of his solid nights, as the scoreboard would indicate. The Syracuse put some points up there. Steve contributes way off with that second free throw, but he went and got his own rebound, took it up, and put it in.
Well, the shooter tends to have the best idea of where the miss is going to go, and he was all over that rebound. Great hustle.
67-49. Gamble trying to line something up. Takes a leaner instead, hits it.
Not an easy one.
Sherman Douglas calling to Larry Lembo as he went by, saying, hey, that was a moving pick they just had there. There's another assist coming up right there for Sherman.
Well, he's just going to mount on his records now. Just build upon those numbers.
17 for Coleman. Smith can't answer with a 3. Coleman another rebound. Does a great job of tipping rebounds to himself. Pass is picked off, though. Smith will take it right in. Leaves it for Robinson, and he's got his 23rd point of the night.
Another nice feed by the freshman, Chris Smith. Problem for UConn in this game is it's been an uphill fight from really the beginning. They got themselves even after a slow start. They've really been susceptible to the Syracuse spurts in this one.
Robinson slaps the pass away, but Thompson got it back. Owens hit 1-3 tonight, bounces off Sellers and knocks down a 2.
Syracuse could just do no wrong right now.
Great balance by Syracuse here tonight. Unofficially, Coleman 17. Douglas. Robinson's shot won't go, and it's picked off by Gwen. He goes back, and Coleman got a block reaching behind him and gets it inbounds to Owens.
Nice save.
Sherman spins and Gamble steals the pass. Helter-skelter right now. Robinson took it in strong and got it.
Now, there's still a lot of time in this game. It's really important, I think, for Syracuse heading now into the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament, even though they've got this game pretty well in hand, you'd certainly think, to run their offense and not let it just get drag time out there.
Started to remark about the balance. 17 for Coleman, 17 for Douglas, 16 for Thompson, 13 for Owens. Not bad.
Only quiet one with the double-figure scoring, I guess, has been Matt Rowe, but otherwise, great balance.
Robinson, great block on Coleman, who tried to double pump, and Cliff never bought it. Heck of a defensive play with 4 fouls.
That's right. That's a good matchup, really, Robinson and Coleman. They've gone at each other head-to-head all night long.
We'll take another look.
Playing with 4. Coleman tries to hang up there a while, but just great timing by Robinson.
And Herman Hareed, a little trouble trying to get the ball in. He called himself a timeout. Jim Boeheim standing there, arms folded. 5:55 left to go in the game. 71-55. Syracuse. A lot of people in the Carrier Dome here tonight, and a lot of people have been turning out for Syracuse basketball. In fact, more people than have ever turned out for a college basketball team over the course of a season. With tonight's 29,124, a new NCAA season attendance record has been set. So records have just fallen like crazy in this place tonight. Sherman Douglas, now the all-time leading scorer. The NCAA's all-time leading assist man. And he did it before the largest crowds ever. Not a bad combo, huh?
That's right. That's really a phenomenal number, that assist number. 895 assists. That's what you call piling up the numbers.
Yeah, and also Leave is the leading scorer at the same time.
That's just outstanding.
Coleman. Whoa, got hammered from both sides. Cerulic and Robinson. Let's see who's going to get the foul. It's Robinson, he's gone.
I think they're going to give it to Cerulic. From behind. Take your pick. Sandwich job here. Here's your body foul by Cerulic, but Robinson certainly not holding back once again.
No, he was there. The crowd wants to get Robinson out of here. He's got 25 points. However, I would think they'd rather sit back and enjoy watching the play, because the home team is ahead by 17 here with 5 minutes to go.
That's right. Really been Jim Calhoun's only offensive answer in this one. Chris Smith now chipping in with 10 points too, though. Syracuse in the 2-3 zone.
Robinson again, nice little up fake. He knocks down 2.
Got some people flying. Get Coleman up.
Sherman weaving his way through a crowd. A little bump there on Smith. He and Smith get physical with each other, and Johnson is fouled by Cerulic, who's picking him up fast here. Dan Cerulic, a 7-foot freshman who Connecticut feels will be a help to them in the next couple of years. And David Johnson, the 6'5" freshman out of Morgan City, Louisiana, at the line. And that's new on his left leg there after a bump he took in the first half. Richard Manning is going to come in, and Steve Thompson will sit down. 16 unofficially for Thompson as he goes to the bench.
Really puts his points together in bunches, and it's amazing the way he operates down low. Just sneaks along that baseline. Tough once he gets it.
1 of 2 for David Johnson, his first point of the night. The lead is 17.
He's going to put a lot of pressure on UConn now with their ball game at Pitt this Saturday.
Smith will try a 3. Coleman in traffic to rebound, comes out dribbling, finds Hareed on a wing. Derek, bounce past David Johnson. Little move underneath, no, won't go down, and Smith out of there with the rebound.
I think he thought about jamming it, threw him off a little.
Tate George, good catch, puts it up. Coleman got there, Cerulic to follow.
Now Cerulic will really be the big man of the future for Connecticut. He's just a freshman, got good size, and as you saw there, runs the floor very well.
Johnson again, and we've got another foul underneath. Murray Williams or Cerulic, one of the two, and I think it's Dan again.
Yeah. Came down hard that time. You've got to flick away when you go for the block. Once the officials see the arm come down, more than more often than not, you get rung up with the personal.
DePriest in, and Murray Williams goes to the Connecticut bench with 4:15 to play. It's looking more and more like Connecticut is about to go 15-10 on the season, 6-9 in Big East play.
That's why you've got to think with the Big East game against Pitt on Saturday, that'd give them 16 wins. Pitt certainly has been playing well lately, and then Central Connecticut in the finale. Connecticut will have to finish up strong.
Connecticut, though, shows up very well on all the computer ratings because they played such a tough schedule this year.
Pepperdine away, they beat Virginia away. Good quality win.
Cerullo unable to handle the pass on the baseline.
Kind of a bullet job.
Sure was.
Got to have the hands ready for those.
4 minutes straight up to go now. Douglas behind the back job, and Cerullo got the block just being there, but it's rolled in by Hareed. Did he get that?
Yeah, that was Hareed. Just kind of laid it out there for everyone, but found the opening.
Robinson. Cliff got it back. Little jump hook goes down. 29 for Cliff Robinson. That's nearly half the Connecticut total. Coleman got him in the air, and that's going to do it for Cliff Robinson.
Well, that's been a good battle all night long.
Sure has.
2 fine ones.
Number 5 on Cliff Robinson, who unofficially I have him for 29 points on the night, and the 6'11" senior has played his final game here in the Carrier Dome.
Some nice respect out there. A lot of the Syracuse players giving him a pat on the way out.
Not Derek.
No. Derek's just happy that he got him to foul out.
Robinson sitting down, and again, no one in Connecticut in double figures other than Cliff Robinson. Balance was a key for Connecticut the first time around when they beat Syracuse. They got good performances out of a lot of people besides Cliff. Loose ball comes to DePriest. 3:20 left to go. Sherman 2 more.
They can turn it around so quickly.
He's going after that steals record now, you know?
He wants it. Eddie Moss, the all-time steal leader here at Syracuse, but that's starting to be very well within Sherman's reach. Maybe not in this game, but he'll get it soon.
Smith has a big league 3 he just shot.
Yeah, he really is going to be just an outstanding player here at UConn. He's showing a lot of flashes here in his freshman year.
He jumps into double figures now with 11. The win is up on Douglas. 80-64, 16-point Syracuse lead. You talked off the top, Ron, about that magic number of 80, and it's going to hold for Syracuse.
Yeah, they're going to get over it, and when they get over that 80 number, this is what, 23-0?
Yes.
Connecticut just couldn't get the good offense going, and as a result, they could control this game, which they were able to do in Hartford.
A little glimpse there in the first half. They got down 8-2, then came back and took a lead and seemed to have things going, and then nothing went down for them. They will have some trouble right now on the boards with Robinson out, even though Sellers and Cerullo are both in there.
And when you come into a game saying you want to control tempo, you've got to be able to shoot it so that you can dictate what goes on out there. If you don't shoot it, you're really at the mercy of the opposition. Great numbers once again, though, by Robinson. Great solo effort.
Herman Hareed sits down, and Tony Scott checks into the game.
Thing is, you can't beat a Syracuse with just one guy. You've got to have a great team effort. UConn hasn't gotten it.
Smith again hits another 3 as he puts on a little show here as time winds down. Cuts it to 13.
Got some range on that jumper. Can penetrate, handles the ball well, and Jim Calhoun may be most happy with the quick defense that he plays.
Douglas, there's the spin that he patented. Scott hits the little jump hook.
Another assist. This has a great sense in there of when to shoot it, when to dish it.
Cerullo shows his range. Wonka down for a rebound, tapped around. Johnson out of the pack with it. 1.5 minutes to play. It's amazing for our viewers around the country that 29,000 are here tonight. No one is left. No one at all has left this place.
And they were all here early, just watching players warming up.
John Gwynn now will try outside.
DePriest, good tough follow.
Fine athletic move again by DePriest.
Douglas on the break and a push on Chris Smith. Score the basket.
See if they give him 2 free throws.
They might. Nope, they're just going to call it a normal foul. You watch now.
Finishing touch for, that was kind of a touch foul when you see it in the replay. Finishing touches, though, on a fine night for Sherman.
Sherman plus 20 tonight. Derek Coleman plus 20 tonight. Thompson there at 16. Owens with 13.
I mean, you see the culmination of it here, but he had to play a lot of minutes, put up a lot of baskets and assists to have this kind of a night tonight.
And Sherman Douglas now will leave the game.
Standing no.
Well, it should be.
He'll remember this night.
Smith again, and he hits another one.
A little bit of a shooting clinic down the stretch by Smith. He wanted a timeout, too.
Suddenly Smith with 17.
I think we will see him look more and more for that offense as his career continues.
Cerullo,
Nice
pretty good save, gets it back to Gwynn. Bounce pass, Smith tracks it. He wants to shoot from deep because he feels it. Gwynn will come up firing. Long with it. DePriest had a handle. Smith catches and fires. Really got the bounce. Tap won't go. Rebound pulled down. Syracuse outlet. It comes to Johnson. Jim Boeheim has cleared the bench.
Well, they really want Bartelstein to launch it. Got the knee brace on.
Johnson gets stripped by Smith. Here's Bartelstein.
Oh, almost.
Eric Rogers tracks it down. He fires. Tony Scott is there for the follow, and it's going to be Connecticut ball with 1 second on the clock. The Syracuse Orangemen go to 24-5 on the season. And Chris Smith heaves at the length of the floor. Final score 88-72. A 16-point win for Syracuse, and a great night for Sherman Douglas, who now is the all-time leading scorer in Syracuse basketball history and the all-time NCAA assist leader. Just a wonderful night for the young man out of Washington, D.C. 20 points and 11 assists, the final numbers for Sherman.
Great job by Sherman Douglas.
All right, and we'll be back. Sherman Douglas is going to come over here and sit down and chat for a minute. Final score again, 88-72, Syracuse by 16. Welcome back once again to the Carrier Dome here, everyone. 88-72, the final score, Syracuse by 16, but really the final score almost incidental to the night that Sherman Douglas had, and he is now the all-time leading NCAA assist man, the all-time leading scorer in Syracuse basketball history. That remarkable combination. Tiny Archibald's thinking about this. He's the last guy I can remember to ever lead a league in points and assists. Just a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment, Sherman.
It definitely is, and I'm really glad it's over with because it's a lot of pressure on me. But I think the main thing for us is just to come in and keep playing hard so we get ready for the Big East tournament. I think that we had a week off in the previous week and we came out slow against Kentucky, and today we wanted to establish our intensity through the whole game.
You mentioned to me that you had been aware of this, of course, all week long, and I had the feeling as you were going up and down the court tonight, you were aware of the totals and when it was going to happen too. Is that true?
Yes, I was definitely aware of the situation, and I just wanted to get over with it. I knew that, you know, it was every time I do something or make a play or score, that it's becoming closer and closer. I'm glad I did it at home because, you know, I had a nice career at Syracuse, and it's got to be one of the best fans in America.
It's remarkable, you know, the other record that probably will be way down in the columns tomorrow in the paper is the fact that you people set a home attendance record tonight. No college basketball team ever has had 500,000 people come out and see them, and got to be a great thrill for you to set these records in front of record crowds.
Yes, definitely. You know, we always had tremendous fan support. Even though we had a losing streak in the early part of the season, they still came out to see us play. And I think when we play here and we get the fast break going and the alley hoops going, it really pumps us up because that's the way we play, and our crowd's always behind us.
All right, let's make you a color man here. I know you're going to be in the NBA next year. You won't be doing color with anybody, but we're going to take a look at the assist first to set the record. And Billy Owens put a little extra something. Looked like the slam dunk contest he was auditioning for here.
Yes, I seen Billy trailing. I tried to get it to him. It looked like he slipped with the ball, but he did. He hung up toward him, and he made a great play.
Mike, I was wondering, did you get both, Sherman, did you get both of those plays done? Your final basket there to break the record in the assist, both were done with a lot of style. I mean, you got the jam, and Billy Owens had a big-time jam himself.
Yes, well, I was glad I did it with style. I think that, Billy made a good outlet pass, and I just filled the lane and came down and just made the basket.
A dunk, no less, huh?
Yeah, not too many dunks this season.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's the next real question to ask you. Now, I don't want to in any way put these accomplishments behind you too quickly, but a big game against Georgetown on Sunday because of the rivalry sense, but really not a game that is going to do a whole lot to the Big East standings. Then the tournament in New York and the NCAAs. Your goals and what you want out of the Syracuse basketball team as you head into almost your second season now.
Yes, well, definitely. We really can't look past Georgetown because we got Boston College on Thursday. They have a tremendous player in Dana Barrows, and we have to keep him in check because he's one of the great guards around the country. He can nail the three in your face at any time. But getting back to Georgetown, it's definitely a rivalry with the fans here in Syracuse, and by me being from Washington, it's a big game for us. And I think it can give us some momentum going into the Big East tournament because we haven't been successful against Georgetown in the past couple of games. And I think this can give us some momentum and some confidence that we can beat Georgetown.
Any special things, Sherman, that you feel the Syracuse team needs to do? I know Ron pointed out during the game, I think you guys are 23-0 now if you're over 80 points. So I guess the obvious answer to my stupid question is you got to get it up and down the floor.
Yes, definitely. That's our game is transition, get up, down the court, and rebound. I think against Georgetown, they force you into making some bad decisions and force you to missing some shots that you normally don't make because of their size inside and because of the pressure they put out on you on the perimeter. I think against Georgetown, if we can rebound the ball and get the ball out on the fast break, we can definitely be anybody in the country. But the key is to get the rebound.
We thought in this game the outstanding thing that Syracuse was doing from the beginning was playing swarming defense on UConn. And do you think if you maintain that kind of intensity, we thought that was the key to your game. I mean, they didn't get any easy shots in this one.
Well, yes, definitely. I think when we played Kentucky in the first half, they spread us out so much that our intensity, we really didn't want to cut them because they can go back door on us. In the second half, we really played great intensity defense, and it carried over to this game. I think that when we play good defense on the perimeter and get the rebound, it really triggers our fast break and make us play very well. The key to us all season, if we can play good defense, we can, virtually beat anybody.
Okay, and at the smallest award that you won tonight, you are our Plymouth Player of the Game for your performance here tonight. And again, I don't want to put words in Ron's mouth, but I know how he feels. For both of us watching you play basketball for 4 years, Sherman, you make our job not only easy, you make our job a lot of fun to do. And we wish you both the best of luck in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sherman Douglas, now the all-time leading scorer here at Syracuse University and the all-time NCAA assist leader. We will be back with some final comments right after these words.